Okay, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. So we had the Fatal Fury event in Times Square, right? The iconic event that we was all waiting for. The Turki Al Sheikh secured the venue. Times Square for basically the fights that commenced between Arnold Barboza, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Jose Ramirez, and then the main event with Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. So, listen, I'm going to take in reverse order from, let's start from Teofimo Lopez and Arnold Barboza. I was like, Barboza's a good competitor, right? He's very long, very rangy, boxes very well, very confident. He's a come forward fighter. I thought Teofimo Lopez would struggle with Arnold Barboza, but I was proved wrong, right? Barboza, he was in the fight. He was in the fight, but he was always that one step behind Lopez. Lopez, great footwork, great athletic ability, mobility skills, stuff like that. And he just proved that he's that one step. He just proved that he's just one step of Barboza in every department, right? So he came off with a unanimous points victory over Barboza. They shook hands afterwards, like both gladiators are supposed to do. And, you know, Teofimo Lopez also raised Barboza's hands at the end, say, look, we both tried to give the fans what they wanted, a good fight. And you know what? Congratulations to both guys. They both fought very well, but Lopez edged it, right? Well, he just came through as a clear winner. Not edged it, he came through as a clear winner. So we move on to Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez now. Listen, Devin Haney, man, that was a terrible performance. When I mean terrible, he won the fight, don't get me wrong. But for me, that was a terrible performance. Listen, Devin Haney, 2-weight world champion, former undisputed 135-pound champion. What am I looking at? At 147, he was fighting Jose Ramirez. Was it 147, I believe, or 144? Can't remember exactly what the weight was. But he looked terrible, man. He looked gun shy. He looked like he didn't want to get hit. He didn't set his feet at all. This is the reason why Devin Haney doesn't score any knockdowns. He doesn't set his feet. Constantly on the back foot, moving, running away from Jose Ramirez. That was not stick and move. I know people that say, oh, it was a good boxing masterclass from Haney, stick and move. That's not stick and move. He never set his foot at all. Not even once in a fight did I see him set his feet and try to land some solid punches on Jose Ramirez. Ramirez was using his experience to try and hunt Devin Haney down. He couldn't cut off the ring, right? A lot of fighters don't cut off the ring. I don't understand why they don't cut off the ring, or they can't cut off the ring, man. It's one of the things I will be teaching. If I had a fighter like Ramirez, not very fast on his feet and that, I will teach him to hunt the fighter down by just closing the ring down, cutting the ring off. Canelo cuts the ring off excellently. I don't know what's up with the rest of these fighters, but anyway, Ramirez wasn't able to get his hands on Devin Haney. And Devin Haney, every time he took shots, I was like literally wincing, thinking if he takes a hard crack to the chin, he could drop, he could fall. He looked like he was vulnerable. And listen, the next fight for Devin Haney is gonna be very interesting because to me, it didn't look like I was looking at a 2-weight world champion, right? Devin Haney, look, people are gonna say, oh, it was ring rust, stuff like that. I don't know, man. You're meant to be a champion. You're meant to be doing this since you was a little kid. You know? I don't know. Anyway, let's just move on. Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia. Okay. An upset. Right? An upset. I've always been big on Rolly Romero. You never heard me disparaging Rolly Romero from his channel. I've always been big on him. I've always been like, Rolly's got a good punch on him. He just lacks the fundamentals. If he can get the basic fundamentals, he'd actually be a good fighter. Right? But 147 Rolly Romero is a problem. He was hydrated, he looked bigger, stronger, he can take a punch, right? He looked thick in there, man. Look, you see, he looked in there against Ryan Garcia. He dropped Ryan Garcia. And then after Ryan Garcia was dropped, Ryan didn't want no more of it. He tried to stay on the outside. He was very cautious, very tentative. Romero was just letting his hands go at will. Romero's got a good left hook himself and also a dangerous overhand right. Romero was boxing, moving. This new guy who Romero has in his camp, commendments to him, man, because if he was that other guy, Bullet, I think he would have lost his fight as well. But Rolly Romero now, you know, as redeemed himself amongst those guys around that weight class to put himself in that fold, right? We got Haney, we got Garcia, we got Lopez. Well, Tank used to be part of that, but I don't know, Stevenson as well. But now Rolly's put himself up there, you know. The whole thing with Ishmael Barroso, I know everyone remembers that, but I believe he's redeemed himself with a win over Ryan Garcia. But anyway, Ryan Garcia shook his hand, took it as a man, you know, said it is what it is. Rolly got the better of me tonight, and he's a better man, so it is what it is. But what's happened now is the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch is totally in the trash. They should have just fought each other immediately. Now look, Devin Haney looked like shit, and Ryan Garcia lost to Rolly Romero in an upset loss. So I don't know where that leaves us right now. But anyway, Fatal Furies. I mean, I've heard a lot of people rubbishing the whole event, saying, oh yeah, it wasn't all that, it was boring, whatever. Some of the fights were boring. The Devin Haney fight was boring, right? That was a boring fight. Yeah, I don't know anyway. But look, enough said. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do us a favor, smash the like button, hit the bell for notifications, see all the new latest videos.